Hello, hello. Welcome, everybody.
Hey, hey.
How's it going? Getting everyone up here to speak and to co-host. Shelly, let me know if you're having issues selecting the speaker one, because I know we're gonna have somebody else come up as co-host today. Also, hi, Cece.
Mic check, 1, 2, 1, 2.
Woo!
Good morning, everyone.
Sounding perfect. Hey, Shelly.
Ooh. Morning, Shelly.
GM, how is everybody today?
GM, no bots.
No bots. Doing
No
well.
bots. For the culture.
Yeah, I just saw your message back about that because I saw someone else tweet yesterday saying GM, basically kind of what you said, like, except for those who are using GM bots. And I was like, is this, like, why is everyone talking about this? What did I miss?
Feelings have been hurt. I'm not going to lie. That was like, I'm out here authentically GMing and had no idea that there are bots. So it was a little hurting.
Oh, well, heart hugs to your sore heart. I dreamed about having a GM bot at one point. I didn't know it was actually happening.
I mean, I get the use of bots for ease of things, you know, like as you're doing stuff. I know that people have used it, especially for Discord, when there's like certain achievements and things that you need to do daily to help them not forget that task. But yeah, I think if people aren't transparent about the use of bots, that's when it gets a little
Yeah, I mean, efficiency is amazing, but when you're trying to build authentic community, I don't like that approach. Like, no, we're trying to make connections and, build relationships. So
I agree with that for sure. And that's why my dream of botting died, because then I wouldn't be making those, like you said, meaningful connections. I would just be ticking off a to-do checkbox.
And we got enough of those. I'm also trying to get Bay up here to speak as well. I'm not sure if you're getting that invite or if you're having some issues. Let me see. Let me send some messages for our other guests.
and
Perfect.
sorry,
Sorry.
Cece, go ahead.
I just wanted to double check the streams. Looks like we're good in the True Band room, but I'm not sure.
Yep, True Band Room is all good. I was just going to remind everyone that we are also streaming to Decentraland in the True Band Room. And for all who attend in that location, you will receive an automatic airdrop called the True Show app. It's a free attendance token. So hop in DCL, 177 are the coordinates.
Yeah, I am jumping in myself right now there as we get set up. The kick was looking good to me. I'm checking all the other streams right now. Looks like Bay was able to jump up here. Hey, Bay. Let's get Buffalo up as well.
Hey, all.
How's it going?
Welcome, welcome.
It's going well. It's great to be here.
Hey, Buffalo. How's it going?
Hey, howdy everyone. What's up? How are you?
Good. We're excited to be talking about DCL Music Fest today. I think we're waiting on some of our other guests to
Hey, brother.
Hey, howdy, bro.
How is everyone feeling though? I know it's getting like kind of crunch time. It's about a week before everything goes live. So this is the kind of the chaos of it where I think sleep deprivity starts to set in a little bit. Is everyone doing okay?
I can speak for myself on this one. I'm doing surprisingly well. I have to give bouquets of flowers to Bay. She is killing it on the management side of things. So yeah, not too bad over here.
Hey, Shirley, that's because you make it easy. Like, it's been an absolute pleasure working with you and the True Band Room team. Like, this has been my first music festival, and obviously we're creating it in a very different way and trying to make it as open, as involved as possible. So it's been a ride, and having teams like yours on board has been just an absolute pleasure. So massive thank you and hugs for everything you've done.
Yeah, Bay, you've always done such a great job at all the events that you have helped organize and be a part of. So when I heard that you were, going to be a part of Music Fest, I was like, oh, this is going to be a great event. And of course, the same with Shelly and everyone else I'm inviting up to speak right now who's going to be a part of it. So, I think we might be waiting on one more potential co-host. Do we know if they're going to join, Shelly?
Oh, actually, Bay, is the DCL account available? Is Kim available to co-host this morning?
I know that Kim's going to come on next week, the DCL account, jointly next week during the festival. At the moment, she's trying to organize a last minute PR coup for the festival. So we're frantically rushing around trying to get in-world photos and quotes and everything together, because there might be a PR exclusive coming up. So that's in the office right now. It is crazed. So I know that Kim's just all hands to the pump right now to hopefully get this together.
Awesome. Yeah, I know it's always like, a little stressful the week before because you're trying to do all the things for when the week launches. So we look forward to having Kim next week. I guess if we're all ready, then I think most of our guests are here. If my co-host can confirm that. And if everyone's ready, we'll just kick it off.
Yes, Stony is probably on his way, but we can go ahead and get started.
Amazing. Well, hello everyone, and welcome to the Metaverse 3, where Shelly, CC, and myself explore the metaverse every Thursday. Each week, we'll invite various creators, builders, and citizens of different metaverse platforms to show us their worlds and the amazing communities that create together. Today, as we mentioned, we're continuing our spaces for the month dedicated to all things Music Fest and Decentraland, and we're excited to have our guest joining us today who will be part of the fest next week, November 16th through 18th. I'm CK, or CK Bubbles for those who don't know. You can see my pink little bubble down there in the listener. I am a metaverse nail artist, an IRL nail artist, and I love to explore digital worlds with you all. So that's me. Shelly and CC, you want to tell everyone a little bit about yourselves?
Thank you. For those who don't know me, I'm Shelly Van. My background is in digital marketing and community building. I'm on a mission to bring live music to the metaverse. I've been working in Web3 full time for 2 years and can officially say I have managed 800 live concerts. I manage the True Band Room in my home metaverse Decentraland. And if you're a musician or know anyone who might want to get on the True stage, please reach out.
Hey, good morning, everyone. Hi, I'm Cece, a Metaverse event planner, digital artist, world curator, and a One Metaverse advocate. My home world is spatial, but I have found my tribe across multiple worlds in this crazy, beautiful musical metaverse of ours. I am so excited for today's discussion. CK, what do you got for us?
Well, I think I'm going to go ahead and kick it over to some of our speakers up here. I've been inviting some other people throughout the space, so if you aren't able to get in, I'm sorry, but I'll keep trying to invite you. But I'll kick it over to Bay first. Bay, you want to let everyone know a little bit about yourself?
Hey, I'm happy to, and thank you so much for having me on. I'm Bay. I am the producer this year of Decentraland Music Festival, which is a kind of weird way because the music festival this year is very community driven. We have lots of people involved, so I'm kind of the curator rather than the producer. No, I don't even know what I would be. I'm a kind of organizer, bottle washer, putting things together person for the festival, and trying to make sure that everyone's on track with their builds and their performances, and just hopefully creating some cohesion around what everyone's doing, which is really exciting. And just there's so much cool stuff coming together from the teams building. There's 5 main stages and 10 creative teams that are doing absolute magic right now.
Yeah, speaking of builders, I'll kick it over to Argent next for your intro. Let us know a little bit about yourself.
Hey, well, I'm Argent. I'm a visual artist from Spain. I do music and also art installations in the metaverse for many years. We can say I am a metaverse native, and I have to say, Bay was a goddess in this whole process of of how she can manage all of us and how she was available to all of us, which sometimes is difficult to find, you know. So that's truly appreciated.
I agree. Thank you, Argent. And I'm gonna just go ahead and go in order of how it is in the speakership. And I'm gonna go to Buffalo next.
Hey, hey, my name is Buffalo. I'm a DJ and producer since 15 years now, and I am very, very, very honored to participate in the Decentraland Music Festival this upcoming November 18 on the true stage, and I'm preparing such a big, 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 totally new show for it. So I am a bit under the water and under the radar, building and producing every day in the studio. So less communication, but usually it's for a great show, you know. So yeah, I am producing futuristic Western music, which is a blend of blues, country, folk, rock with the electronic music of nowadays, and I am proudly defending this since 6 years almost now. So here we are, and proudly performing in the Metaverse in Decentraland since December 2021 with the launch of the Metaverse tour with Radio FG, with the first gig being at the Rocking Unicorns, of course, my first meta home. So yeah.
Yeah, I always love hearing everyone's stories of like the first places they played and where they kind of came in through. And True Band Room is pretty much the main name you hear quite often. So glad that you were able to perform there. I'm gonna go to Gucci Toe next. If you're there, Gucci. I see your hand up, but it seems like you're muted. Well, I guess while we figure that out for right now, I'm gonna kick it over to Mr. Sway, and then Gucci will try to get you after that.
Hello everyone. Very happy to be here and so happy to be part of this Festival 23. My name is Francesco. I'm Italian and I live in Mexico. And yeah, I participating with True Band Room and other venues since almost 3 years right now, probably in the decentralized music events and festivals. I'm so happy to be here this year too with all these friends here, Buffalo Gucci, and many more, Cozy down there, a lot of music artists. So I'm very excited for that. And yeah, definitely it's going to be a great festival this year.
Thank you for that. I'm gonna try and get Gucci Toe up here. I know he wasn't able to hear everyone else, so if he can see my wave emojis before he
Hey
does.
everybody,
There you are.
Tito here. Sorry for some reason I can't hear CK Bubbles only, but I got the signal to go ahead. So hopefully she did indeed call on me. My name is Gucci Toe. I've been a DJ for a little more than 20 years. Been in the metaverse for a little more than 2 years. Um, and I'm also a producer. I do sort of trip hop, experimental hip hop type stuff, non traditional format, I guess you would say, a lot of sample based work. Um, but yeah, I've really enjoyed my time here in the metaverse. My home metaverse is Decentraland, but I've kind of branched out into other metaverses as well. And super pumped about what we're doing here and the community that we're growing. I think it's a really special place, and I am just thrilled to be a part of it. And yeah, I'm happy to be a part of the Music Fest again this year. This is, as I've said in past spaces, this is the Metaverse Music Fest is kind of the reason that I stuck around, or not the only reason, but one of the big reasons where I had sort of an aha moment of, this is pretty amazing, and this is something special that we've got here, and it sort of kept me going and provided a lot of fuel to my metaverse fire, so to speak. So, thank you all for having me.
I just have to say you're on fire today with the golf slacks. I'm vibing. But if you haven't seen a Gucci Toe in World, don't worry, boo. We got you. We are streaming on Kick, Twitch, YouTube. You can also join us live in the True Band Room to listen to this space if you're not on the speaker panel. Come on down. We've got you. So yeah, you got to see these pants, guys.
Thank you, Cece. It's always good to have a nice reminder about how you can follow along if you're not in Decentraland or in the spaces. Um, Also, if you are in Decentraland, hop on over to the True Band Room so you can get your show app. Let's get Gucci back up to speak real fast now that he's reset. And I'll just go ahead and kick it on over with some deeper questions. I'm gonna start with you, Bay. Um, as I mentioned, you have kind of like extensive background now in sort of doing these tentpole events. You know, you were part of Art Week, and you brought Mesh to life, and now you're part of Music Fest. Talk a little bit more about your involvement. You were talking about like you're more of a curator, but like what has been your sort of day to day been like, or like what give people a little bit of insight into sort of what it entails to be a bit of a producer for this.
Uh, First, where are you guys in world? Because I'm doing simultaneously right now, so I can come to where you are. What's the chords?
177.
177. I'll be there in a second when this is loaded. Yeah, it's crazy because it's so broad. So, for example, today I'm provisioning the rewards server, working with Frammy and the guys who built the server to then make it accessible for the creators coming in. So usually foundation this side, and because of how event months are moving, the goal is to really make it that anyone can download some docs, understand how to do this, and then start doing it themselves. But at the moment, we're not at that stage. So I'm going to mute this window so we're not all just hearing what I'm doing. There we go. And it means that I'm kind of the interface between tech and the creators coming on board. So provisioning the rewards server, checking that it's working. Thank goodness for Lestrum earlier, who kind of jumped on and helped me with the front end code and also how to get the test really set up efficiently. So then I can feed that all back to everyone that wants to have wearable dispensers on their parcels. People like Argent is an amazing builder that's come through the community. So it's working with Argent to see, okay, who can I connect her with to help with video streaming? Unicorn at True was amazing. I think it was maybe I've lost track of a couple of days back, maybe it was yesterday, helping Argent for the test deployments. It's just trying to problem solve in all possible ways so that people can say, do we have, for example, right now it's do we have graphics for a PR push? There may be a potential exclusive. So it's diving in world and trying to get really good photos of the scenes that are already in place. It's helping people that have never built for Decentraland before, but came through the open call and helping them with, okay, where do you put your base coordinates in the scene file? Where do you get the repository, the awesome repository? Which ones are then there as SDK7 files? Doing that for the sponsors coming on board as well. Gosh, yes, so lots and lots, and then trying to put it all together and talk about the ethos and just the inspirational things that are coming through and trying to communicate that more widely through the event listings and the blog and everything. If that was a massive blurb. You caught me at a blurby moment. I hope that made sense.
No, it totally did. And I think, it makes me think about how it's a bit of like being a conductor, like of an orchestra, and like making sure that all the different sections are working together, and it creates this beautiful piece of music. And look at me making music metaphors unintentionally.
That's
But
such a good metaphor. All for it. Absolutely. Yeah. And not really being in control. That's the really interesting thing about this is that I come from an arts background where if I'm putting a production on, it would be very much um, this a sort of one vision you start with, and then you bring people together around that vision. And what Foundation wanted to do was really leave it open for individual creativity. So we had this very broad brief, which was rebirth and regeneration. But then everyone's interpreted that in their own ways, and then it's looking at, right, how do we structure this to really showcase all those individual pieces and allow them to kind of shine in their own ways.
Yeah, I've loved since, I think it was really around Fashion Week this year when they started to involve a lot more community, and you've seen that Foundation has really sort of, you guys can do this, so here's the opportunity. We're just kind of like giving you the canvas in a way. So it's really awesome to see like how many people are involved, all the names, all my friends. I'm really excited to see kind of like what the experience is going to be. Can you talk a little bit about like layout of like, is it in a plaza, is it multiple plazas, like where are we expecting to kind of be running around, and like how are we going to be experiencing that?
Yeah, so it's in one big plaza. I think it's 40 by 40, so that'd be no 20 by 20, 400 parcels. It is structured by the incredible Shibu. So he has created a environment based on the work of the architect, a Bolivian architect that he really admires, called Freddie Mami. And those kind of visual references are woven through to Foundation experiences. So Foundation has created two new gaming experiences to kind of complement the festival. And then around them, you'll find main festival stages and also 8 experiences created by the open core creators. Orders that applied about, it's not very long ago, I think 6 weeks ago, to become part of the festival. It was initially thought that Foundation would choose 5 creators, and actually the standard was so high that the decision was taken to have 8 in total, so 3 more, all of which have received 1,000 USD in funding to help them create the experience. So there are 8 brand new experiences, 2 Foundation games, and then 4 sponsor appearances, which I can't yet talk about, but they will be kind of announced in the next few days of the sponsors that have also created wearables and experiences for the plaza.
Amazing. That's exciting. I think like, since we're still a week out, we haven't really heard too much. We've seen some tweets go out, and we know that who some of the builders and music artists are going to be, but I think we're all like sort of itching to get a little more details, so I appreciate that. I do want to kick it over to Argent next, to talk about some of those experiences and builders. And Argent, I want to know, like, you applied to be one of the creators, the builders. What was that process like, and like, what was your hope going into that?
Well, it was through the Silos, I think is the platform application. And so far, it was easy to do. Um, Especially if you also have already some pictures and stories that you want to share with. Um, the Sonic Planet, that is the art installation that I'm proposing for this year, or it was my application. It has a part of music and a part of art installation, but it's just like the beginning of it. That is the part of the rebirth and regeneration. When I found out that this year music festival this year was about that, it resonated quite of what I was already in my mind trying to pull out and figure out how to play together all the all this music with the art and the essence of the festival helped me to smash it all together. And that for the application. And the process was quite interesting because I was not thinking that I had a shot because a lot of people goes and presents for this for the Decentraland Music Festival. And I was thinking, well, I don't know if I will be one of them, especially because this is going to be my second deploy in the Centraland. My first was with the community building, the Centraland CBD first birthday, no? And you know better, Bubbles. And it was just a building. And this time I was able, or I am able, because it's not yet done and not finished, the festival. I'm able to explore more what I like to do, that is in art installation with a game interaction, that in this case is also mixing music interaction and completing the cycle between all the creative processes that are involved into, that is sound, is the video also as well, and also the art that you will see in there, the textures, the design, the meshes, the concept, all of this. And through this process, this is the first time that I was using the SDK 7, but not the builder, the browser builder, because I was testing before that with the browser. But actually, the one that you download in your computer and start with it. And it was very interesting to see the differences between, yeah, the builder and the what you can do with the SDK 7 if you install it in your computer, which gives you more options to do more things. Um, but also it was a little bit complicated at the beginning to understand how to, especially if you come from, developer approach, that is very little. I know coding, but I know very little coding. I know how to understand certain things and so on. But they put me in contact with Unicorn, and he is a crack. And we were like an extra mile with it. And we are having something very interesting in the sense, and he's with is the true scenario also in there. He's also in with a stage, one of the big stages in the Decentraland Music Festival. And we are giving like this experience that is a kind of a musical box at the same time, where the visitors will be able to find the play buttons for each one of the 8 songs that I am going to release when in the Central Music Festival. Um, so I hope it's going to be a very interesting experience for the people in there that is coming and enjoying the whole festival, and of course my little art piece in there.
Yeah, I mean, I think, you talked a little bit about how the first time you built in Decentraland versus for the community building Decentraland 1 year anniversary. And I think, a lot of us, if we hadn't, kind of built together before or done a big event, you realize like, oh, you kind of have to work with other people. You need some help,
Oh
even
yeah.
if you're doing the majority of the work. And so it's nice to hear that everyone that is building, that is creating, that is organizing, whatever side of it they're on, they're all working together to make sure that each thing is working and it works well. And I know the stuff you've made, and I've seen how, you've worked with developers and developed things. So I'm really excited to see what this sort of gamification of the space is. Do you just want to like, before I move on to the next person, talk about like visually what it will look like when people arrive, outside of just like the fun interactiveness and then the music that you'll be dropping during it?
You mean I can give the alpha on that, or I cannot be?
It's up to you. I mean, I'm not I'm not the
I
I'm
don't
not
know.
the one that's a part of the project to say that. Maybe Bay can speak a
I'm
little
looking,
bit more to that.
I'm looking at Faye.
And it's your
No.
build. Like you can totally give.
Okay. Well, the what you will see putting like this quick image in your brain. We have this character that is one of the characters that I'm working since like last years and developing this sunny planet universe that is called Ava. And Ava is a representation of a god with the same name, uh, with different states of elemental representations. For example, Ava Air is the one that you are going to find if you look at my avatar in other metaverses, because it's the first one released. And in here you will find Ava Papillon. That is the first time you will see Ava Papillon in any metaverse. And the tiara that she's wearing is a non-gender or a non-binary god representation. So sometimes they is a she, sometimes they is a he, and sometimes they is just they. Um, you will find with this tiara of metallic paper papillons that are butterflies, uh, going through the wing to the upper, with an Ouroboros behind her. It's a big head, and the head of Ava is popping from the in this case is the floor, but it's a little bit lake situation if you pay attention a little bit in the water. And and then you see this big head with this halo that is the Ouroboros mythic creature that represents the beginning and the end of the circle. And how these papillons turn into the head of the dragon snake that has the Ouroboros. The Ouroboros head, it uses to be or a snake head or a dragon's head, and in this case is the papillons turn into this dragon's head, and from that it mixes into a very cybernetic look on black wheels and shiny neon around that are popping and some of them moving. in order for the people to jump and try to feed to the ground and look from different perspectives the installation. And in the center of this Ouroboros is where you find the main screen with the video and the music on some with the video in this case also has a music and uh, through the different stages you will find display buttons where with a song that you will be able to play in there and listen at the same time. And achieving this, I I think is the first time that something like that. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think this is going to be probably the first time that we are going to see something like this in the Centraland.
Yeah, I feel like even with the community building one year, you brought something that was different than what we were considering in building. So I I mean, you just shared a lot about like the lore and the characters and the papillions and and the how it connects to the theme. And so I look forward to seeing how that all like actually is in an experience with my avatar, cuz right now I'm like building the world in my head based on some visuals I've seen, and it's super super exciting. So thank you, Argent. I do want to kick it over to the music artists now and sort of talk to each one of them a little bit about what they have going on and their experiences with previous music fests. I'm gonna well, first I want to shout out Cozy down there. I know that they're probably not going to come up and speak, but they are one of the performers, and I have heard some hype about some amazing performance light show potentially. I don't know, Shelly, maybe you have more info on that stuff to sort of shout out before we start asking other people some questions.
I won't leak anything, just that it's going to be, there are no words. It's going to be so crazy, awesome, incredible that you just don't miss Cozy Set. Oh God, there's so much to say, but I can't say any of it because I will not ruin that surprise. But yeah, don't miss that.
Super hype, super hype. Okay, I'm gonna go down the line in order of names. I see you just jumped up, Meta DJ, so I'll get to you right after this next person. Buffalo first, though. So you've been in the space for a while, Buffalo. I assume you were part of the first music fest and maybe even the second one, and now this is your third.
So I've done, I think I was there definitely last year. Before last year, it was the one with Deadmau5 and Paris Hilton and everything. Just to remind me, help me,
No,
CK.
last year was Bjork
No,
and
not last year, the year before, like 2 years ago.
yes, yeah, yeah, that would have been Deadmau5 and
So,
Paris Hilton and all that. Yeah.
so I was not performing for that one actually. I was attending and discovering for the very first time the like the Metaverse festivals, basically the big digital event like this with a lot of people. I've only experienced Fortnite before seeing that one. So I've been mind blown, and I definitely performed next year. I've been blessed to perform 3 times during the festival. I've performed with it was with Polygonal Mind. I think it was also with True and with the OG stage, where we had an amazing time each moment. I've produced 3 different types of DJ sets for that previous festival, so that was really an insane one as well. And yeah, basically only performed for the one last year, but in a very massive way. So I'm keeping it lighter this year, but with a very like massive show and huge improvements. Basically producing the whole show musically as we speak since like a few days. So yeah, really looking forward to it because that's gonna be really amazing. Partners.
I love that. Do you want to shout out like where you're performing? Do you know like what your time is? Like, I'm not sure if lineups have been released or any of that stuff yet.
Of course, I did made one first announcement. I will follow up with another teaser tomorrow. But I'm performing on the 18th, 8 p.m. UTC on the true stage. So I hope that my European friend will be able to make it, as well as my American friends and everyone all around the world. And yeah, basically the third day, the last day, I will be doing my that brand new set at 8 p.m. UTC. So I think it's I think we might ask Shelly for the time zone because it has changed later recently. So Shelly is the boss with the time zone change and stuff. But to give you the PT time and the ET, I think it would be better to help me on this. But yeah, definitely 8 p.m. UTC for sure.
which is 3 p.m. Eastern.
Thank you.
Thank you for that. Um, so did you connect your performance or your set at all to the theme, or is it very Buffalo like in how like you typically like the style of music you like to perform? Like, can you give anybody a little bit of a taste of what to expect?
Of course, I'm keeping it really, really futuristic Western, with something way more traditional than the um, usual party I can make. I'm trying to keep a good balance between old popular songs, and also like all songs that are not popular but very in a special niche, a special genre. So I'm gonna go way more country in this one, way more folk, less famous songs, but definitely goldies. It requires quite a lot of time because when you don't really know those songs, you have to, like to grasp the dimension, to really hear it one, two, three times, to make the accent on a few sentences, a few words that you will follow up with the visuals behind and stuff like this. So as usual, my DJ sets are a trip in a journey, a voyage, like we say in France. There is a lot of stuff to understand, to think about, to rethink about, to re-put in question. It's not like just songs that are thrown to make our minds dance. It definitely is, but just not this thing. It's also like, like really rethinking about a lot of stuff that quite a lot of songs can make us think about. And I'm trying always to, make a big progression. So for such events as the Decentraland Music Festival is, I'm definitely doubling down on all efforts to really produce like emotion, because it would be like the conclusion of it, having a really big emotional show that people will remember and like and feel, comfortable with. So yeah, I'm gonna do some traditional big ass futuristic Western show on that beautiful true stage.
Wow, I'm so excited. I always love coming to your events and your shows, and I kind of like hope you make me cry like in a joyous way during your set. I don't know why I just thought that. Like I'm getting those vibes right now that I'm going to just be so happy that I might like tear up a little bit. So I really look forward to that.
I hope so. I hope so too, in the very good way, of course. But I hope so too, definitely.
Thank you, Buffalo. I want to kick it over to Meta DJ now. Hello, welcome. You weren't here at the beginning when we did intro, so you want to let people know who you are, and then I'll just kind of kick into some of the same questions.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, everyone. Meta DJ here. Happy to be here. Shout out to our hosts, all good friends here. I've been a Metaverse DJ for over 2 years, been in Decentraland for just about 2 years now, and I have been a private event DJ for over 6 years.
Amazing. And so you are actually performing during the fest,
That
correct?
is correct. I actually announced on Metaverse Monday with CC that I will be one of the three feature headlines for the techno stage with multi NFT.
That's amazing. So like let us know a little bit of your experience with the music fest. Like were you at the one last year or the one in 2022? Like what is your experience with it? And then yeah, like let us know a little bit about what to expect out of your set.
Yeah, absolutely. So my experience, my first music festival was last year. It was towards the tail end of my first year being in Decentraland. I actually had started most of the year being kind of alone in the metaverse, just going on jogs and exploring, not discovering any of the events, not using my brain to discover that there's features to unravel that. I was just curious because I had a vision to be Meta DJ over 2 years ago, and I was just looking for a home, a place, a community to really explore that. And over time, I eventually found that thanks to Beaver, shout out to Mariana down there, who was one of the co-founders. She actually, it was funny, we were on a Twitter space together, and she was like, you going to the music festival? I was like, music festival? This was last year. What's that? And next thing you know, I had one of the most incredible weekends. It was on my birthday too, which was just extra special. I met so many people in the community, many that are here. Really, I felt like it was the first true metaverse experience that I felt connected. I felt inspired. I had DJ'd two experiences before that, but it was still very isolated, not a part of the main community. And I was just absolutely just in awe with what it felt like almost being in a real music festival, just discovering, exploring, learning, being excited about being in Decentraland for like 12 hours a day, which is wild, but I did it. And partying with new friends. So really, really special. I made it a goal that I wanted to be a part of the festival this year, and fortunately, as of last week, I achieved that. So for this year, love the theme. Definitely can relate with it, and I've been on that journey for the past year or two, and especially this year. So, techno stage, obviously high energy, futuristic vibes, right? So, we're definitely going to be staying in tune with that type of vibe, but the mix that I'm preparing, definitely going to be premiering something new, and it'll be really telling the story of my rebirth on a personal level, and then radiating that energy to ideally inspire the audience. So I am thrilled. I'm really excited that this festival is especially community driven. That's my roots. That's how I started. So I'm excited to be a part of it.
Yeah, I always love these stories like what you were saying where, you were just an attendee last year and it was like, and being on your birthday, I mean like wow, that's amazing. I really hope there's a temple event on my birthday some year. But like to have that experience and to feel so much joy and connection and happiness from it and then think I want to be a part of it next year and then you are like that it makes me love this space because I can relate to that journey myself with Fashion Week. I came in for Fashion Week and then the following year I had an experience in Fashion Week. And so it really is like no matter what you do here, like if you love it as much as we do, like, you know, talk to people, get connected, like share the thing you do. And I bet there's some way that you can find to do it for one of these events. And I think the more that Decentraland wants it to be community focused like this, the more those opportunities will be there. Was there anything sort of like that about the fest or anything that you haven't shared necessarily that you want to sort of tease or alpha Meta DJ?
Ooh. Well, obviously the big one is being able to perform. I don't have much inside scoop on others, but what I will say is there's potentially one extra cheat on the way from the festival from Meta DJ and a creative partner of mine. So stay tuned.
I look forward to that. And this goes to everybody here that's up in the speakers. Feel free to share anything up in the billboards and the replies, any tweets you guys have that you've been putting out. Like, we want everyone to see those. So, pin those up, get those on up there so we can all reshare them. I'm going to go on to Gucci Toe next. Thank you for being so patient. And I would just like love to know the same things. Like, what is your experience with the fest? Did you go to the first one? Were you part of all the other ones? And then let us know what we can expect from you for this one.
Yeah, so I was there for the first one, and as I mentioned earlier, it's kind of one of the determining factors that kept me here in the space. It was amazing experience, seeing these major acts and having these wearables just rain down from the sky. It was yeah, it was exciting. Like I don't know, I'd never thought that something in the digital world like that could be, I don't know, so exciting. And the one thing I'll say that really kept me, it wasn't like the big acts or the wearables or anything like that. It was late night at the techno stage and watching these DJs that I had never heard of before from all over the world and connecting with the community up there. There's several community members that were there that night that are still there and part of the community, and that was really the first time that I kind of felt that personal connection to other people in the world, and that really was the hook for me. um, so that was a profound experience, and sort of I knew at that point, yeah, I gotta stick around here and figure out how to make it work, and actually be a part of the creator community, which I've managed to do, and I'm thrilled about, and I've had a great time ever since. I've made a lot of meaningful connections. Sorry, I'm losing my ability to speak. Made a lot of meaningful connections, a lot of which I've met IRL, which has been amazing. The most recent of which was Buffalo and his crew, which was again another profound experience for me to have known this guy for a couple of years and connected with digitally, and then to meet him in person and sort of bolster that relationship, and be able to spin a set with him. Like that was truly one of the high points of my year, I would say, if not the high point. Like that was an amazing experience. Big love to Buffalo. He's an amazing
I
guy.
love you, bro. Love you, bro. For real. That was definitely a highlight for me too. Definitely. Insane moments.
Absolutely, absolutely, and it's not just Buffalo either. It's Buffalo's crew. It's all of them. There's such a unique energy coming from them. I've never seen hustle before and motivation before than that group of guys, and it was really inspiring. And yeah, lost my train of thought. What were we even talking about? What was the question? Okay, so for this Metaverse Music Festival. So I've got a cool thing. I'm last year I did Metaverse Music Festival. We did the Polygonal Mind stage with Buffalo and Pansy was there as well, and also the community stage, which I was able to present some of uh, my own music that I produced, and I was able to sort of make a cool visual aspect to it. But this year I am taking that a little bit further. Um, and it's been sort of a large undertaking, but essentially my project is called metempsychosis, which is the transmigration at death of the soul of a human or an animal to a new body. And that's kind of goes along with the rebirth and regeneration, and it really is closely aligned with how I see my music production, which is sample based. I use I dig for old samples and songs that songs or sounds that are from yesteryear and sort of have fallen by the wayside, and breathing new life into them by incorporating them into new music. And I've sort of taken that same approach with the visual aspect of this project. There's a lot of old clips that I've edited into um, sort of these off the wall uh, segue montages between songs. And I'm also working with a visual artist. Her name's Ann Zan Silver. She's one of the Vertex veterans. She does a lot of really cool AI art. And so she'll be doing a lot, or she has done a lot of the visuals for the show, in addition to the video editing that I've done as well, and sort of aggregated all these really weird old clips from the 50s, 60s, and 70s, and it's been a lot of digging. It's kind of funny that it's like it kind of goes hand in hand with the the sample digging I found, digging for these old video clips that are really just kind of off the wall, and sort of shows how much times have changed. So it's been kind of uh, interesting experience for me to sort of, I don't know, like where if you're looking at stuff from the 1950s, I found a lot of really cool old instructional videos. Not so much instructional, but informative videos about how to behave in society, how women should act, how men should act, how men and women should court each other, and how to be thoughtful and things like that. And it's really just wild to look at, the zeitgeist back then and contrast it to now. Like it really is wild how much times have changed. And it's also really great that things have changed since then, um, obviously. But no, I'm really excited about this project. I think it's going to be cool. It might not be everybody's cup of tea. I don't know. I always kind of assume that about my work. Uh, I like weird stuff. I like weird off the wall things that make you feel uncomfortable at times, and just kind of make you scratch your head. I'm into that stuff, and that's what that's what I like. So that's what this is going to be. So I really think people will like it, but again, there might be some head scratching moments, and people might wonder about me, after it's said and done. But no, I'm super pumped to be there. I'll be on the True stage as well. Big shout out to Shelly and Dino, the Rocking Unicorns. Really look forward to that. I'm on the 17th at 2 UTC, which I believe is 10 p.m. Eastern, and that would be 7 p.m. Pacific. Shelly can correct me if that is not accurate, but I think it is. Um, yeah, yeah, I'm pumped.
I am so excited. I think, everyone in anything they do should always keep people on their toes a little bit, do something a little weird, because it gets people thinking. And, what may be weird to you or to others is like not at all to someone else, and they're going to love the shit out of it. So I really look forward to seeing what you make.
I
Thank
love
you.
a little head scratcher. I love it when art leaves you like a little bit empty, like you're like, wait a second, what was that? It's like the best feeling.
I mean, anything that gets you thinking beyond just zoning out and watching Netflix, I think is super important. So, keep people on their toes, like I said. We have one more artist I want to kick it over to learn a little bit more about their experience. When was their first music fest? Did they perform at all of them? And what we can expect from them. Mr. Sway, how are you?
Hello again. Yeah, my experience. Wow, it's a whole journey. Yeah. So from what I can start, previous festivals were amazing in the sense that. I mean, coming from an underground environment, from rave parties and clandestine parties. When the last year I saw all the crowd in the festival, and I say, "Whoa, this is incredible!" I was present in mostly all the shows of any artist with my backpack and my avatar, feeling literally in a rave party, and the feeling there is so real, and I really really enjoy, the crowd around me, and in the festival, everyone was freaking out with the stage, and it's so crazy. It feels so real, even if it's virtual, but the energy there, it's real. So this is one of the points I can highlight probably for the festival feelings in general. And uh, and yeah, I mean, I was able also to play in, thanks to Buffalo, and the polygonal mine stage last year. What I can say in general, what I love from the metaverse environment, it's the freedom for artists, to express and to drop out also, weird things, or things that people don't usually get in contact with, in the common music world. So this is something very important. For this reason, uh, I'm a producer too, and I was able, thanks to the metaverse, to build up, a wall set with my original music, and it was a life goal as a music artist, and a producer to be able to perform 100% original music in front of a stage, sorry, in front of a crowd, coming literally from from all around the world, and it's very important. So motivated, so inspired uh, from that, and uh, I use the metaverse also to drop down, like yesterday, very electronic hard music. or experiment, like social experiments, what the people feel listening into something different, from the usual. If you turn up the radio, you're not going to listen into this, so what happened if we tried that? This is some kind of the things I try to do in the metaverse. For some reason, I don't know, I love to do that, and sometimes I choose um, different kind of sets, totally different shows. I have in my life the opportunity to play in the hotels for entertaining. So joining these two words together. So sometimes I choose to entertain with 70, 80 music. Sometimes I want to experiment with some trip hop down tempo, or I love Ninja Tune, as Gucci know very well. I love like Amon Tobin and these new jazz things, and electronic jazz, just to test around, the feelings around this kind of music, not very common to you to listening to. And for this specific festival, I think I'm not sure yet, because I literally follow my mood in the morning to choose what I want to play and how I want to do it. But most probably, I want to drop down again a fully original Mr. Wee music set, to take back a bit this feeling, also, the emotion to create this journey with music. It was a synthwave, cyberpunk, and some spacey vibes there, with synthesizers, and I'm still working, on a totally DAW-less sets with all machines with no computer. The goal for this year, I hope to make it. If it's not this year, for sure to 24 is going to exist the full set with no computer and only machines, so let the vibe flow there, and this is one of the next goals I want to achieve. And I want to say this, thanks to the metaverse, thanks to the opportunity to play in metaverse, to perform, thanks to the true unicorns, of course, I was able, to literally start to have a really real fan base, collectors, friends, that helps me a lot to build up this equipment structure that I have right now. So for an artist, it's something that I always want uh, to say. It's not from one day to another. We need always to put a lot of kilos, of energies in this, to be constant every day, working on these things. But finally the results are amazing, and it's a life change. Totally, since I start in metaverse, playing in Decentraland, mostly because it's the only one metaverse I've been. So yeah, it's the emotion, the feeling is so great. I'm very excited, and I'm going to perform next I think it's Thursday, day two, if I don't mistake. Let me double check. It's November 17th, 22 p.m. UTC, in the true main stage, true bandroom main stage. So yeah, we'll see what is going to happen. The visual part I use basically are my own visual NFT I produce, which is also something that the metaverse inspired me to do a lot more. Learning Blender and learning how to create visuals for my NFTs and my music in general. So, yeah, a whole evolution from the point of view of an artist, music producer, and DJ, all mesh it up. Great feelings for this festival. So, yeah, I hope to see you all next week. And yeah, listening to some original Mr. Wee music there.
Thank you so much. I look forward to that. It makes me think about how, like, metaverse spaces in general and Decentraland is such a creative playground for us to explore. It gives us opportunities, to showcase what we do. And it's kind of like an education, like you were talking at the end there. I also didn't know Blender and knew very little programming prior to being in the space, and now I'm still a noob and I'm still learning, but I know a lot more than I did before, and I can actually create things for myself. But I do still prefer to work with others. I recommend that for everyone. But yeah, so it's been amazing to hear from you all. I do want to open it up to anybody in the audience. If you have any questions, you want to come up. We're kind of hitting our hour that we keep to. If anyone else wants to, who is a speaker up here, wants to jump in and say anything else that maybe I didn't ask about, or we get into, kind of open floor now.
If we have time, I'd love to ask Rustan to come up and talk about Kira Bones. Rustan, are you available? Not to put you on the spot or anything.
I just sent them by.
Are you guys seeing the bellies on these avatars who are just chowing down in the middle of the dance floor? Is anyone else enjoying this visual? I love it.
Hey guys.
Hello. Thank you for being here. Can you introduce Kira Bones for everyone?
Yeah, for anybody who's been around for a while, they might be familiar with Kira Bones, who played at the Cove. She that was her Web3 debut at the Cove, and there's still a recording of it playing in the Cove world. For anyone who's curious to see her perform, but she'll be performing on the True Stage during Metaverse Music Festival.
And she is the lead singer of the Hollow Legs, who performed in last year's Metaverse Music Festival. So very excited, and thank you for everything, Rustan. That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm excited to get her in. And unfortunately, the rest of the band had a scheduling conflict, so it's just going to be her this time, which is still going to be amazing because she's like a incredible talent, and we're going to set up in my studio and stream from there for the first time ever, which is cool.
That's awesome. Are you going to do any painting during it?
Nope.
Well, I look forward to that. Have you built anything for the fest at all? Are you doing any modeling or anything else besides working with this person?
I have not. No, I've been so busy with other things like the in-world builder and like the Vipe wearable and like a bunch of other collaborations that I'm doing that I haven't had a chance to do anything special for this. But I did help.
That
I did help with a certain build for the Metaverse Music Festival.
I was about to be like, that's not true. Rustan helped tremendously with the main stage build to fit the theme of rebirth and regeneration. He built an entire forest for us. So don't sell yourself short, man.
In one of our favorite colors, too. Thank you for that. I know you were thinking of us.
I'm really excited to explore this because I actually really love forests. And I know what you are capable of, Rustan. You are super talented.
Thank you.
Well, I guess we didn't have anyone want to come up and ask any questions. Speakers, any last words before we kind of close out?
Thank you for having us.
Oh, go, go.
Yeah, same. Just a massive thank you for everyone that's been involved and everyone that's going to be part of it next week. I'm so forward to this starting.
Me too. I want also to congratulate the other artists because all I see is quite amazing. So I hope the people that is coming will have a great time and will enjoy the festival and the meaning of the festival, no? This rebirth and regeneration. And just to finish, I would love also to have dinner with you both. I think it's Shelly and Harmony, maybe sharing a meal. I'm watching the tweet. That's what I'm trying to say. That I see them with the animation of having they meet together, and I was thinking, oh my gosh, I'm hungry too now.
Same. It is lunchtime here as well. Yeah, that looks like there's a new emote that dropped into Decentraland where people are sitting at a table and eating together.
I'm curious how to know that, how to do that, because till now you will be able to see emotes, but it's kind of individual. So if you want to be together, for example, the first thing that I saw that it was something related to interact with each other with an emote, it was your nail set. CK. So I was wondering if this is similar to that or is something new that of the SDK 7.
They're emote 2.0, so it's a new type of emote that allows you to have animated objects with you with the character emoting. So the ones I did with Kinessa and Oddjob that interact, that was prior to that. We had to do a lot of testing to make it work. While emotes 2.0, you can actually like build it all together, and it's one emote. So I'm not sure how the table eating person did theirs because I'm not sure whose it is because that's the first time I've seen it. But um, definitely maybe figure that out and tag them in CBD and ask them some questions. But Guchito, you have your hand up.
Yeah, just real quick, I forgot to mention that I'm actually playing a part in the House of Tang's metamorphic installation, one of the art installations. I did the music for that. I did a special song just for the project and working on visuals as well. And I'm doing a lucid dream set a week from today, 9 p.m. Eastern, which I believe is 1 a.m. UTC, and that would be 6 p.m. Pacific time, a week from today again. Uh, it basically, Metamorphic is a gamified art installation set within a stylized and immersive garden environment. Um, it's a musical matching game that fuses various elements, including organic models and interactive features. So that's going to be a really cool gamified visual experience, very psychedelic and trippy. And House of Tang worked on that, Tang Poco and Dogman and Gabby as well. So look forward to doing that and yeah, I hope everybody gets a chance to come check out the song that I made for that because I feel like it really matches the aesthetic of the scene. So I'm excited to see them both together. I just wanted to add that.
Yeah, great shout out. That sounds super awesome. I will definitely keep my eyes out for that. One thing I did want to mention to just I guess generally the space, no one in particular. There was Roots was saying in Decentraland, asking about streaming and if the individual stages would be streaming and if they're not, it would be a good idea. I know Shelly, you said you're trying to tap some streamers to be streaming for the true stage.
Yeah, so similar to last year, we did, or was it last year? Good grief, my brain. Actually, it was for the 24-hour metaverse, or sorry, Jiminy Christmas, sorry. For the 24-hour Mental Health Action Day Festival, we hired in-world videographers to cover each hour so that the musician would have recordings of their performance from an avatar's perspective so that they could repurpose that later. But this year, I think we are going to line up as many Twitch streamers as we can for both. One, so that it is streaming live um, elsewhere to Twitch so that people that aren't in Decentraland can see what's going on, but also to have that recording so that the artist can have that perspective as well, because that's really cool for them to be able to repurpose later or just add to their CV, like, hey, I performed in the metaverse, check it out. So we are in that process. So if anybody is interested, please hit me up.
Yes, and as more details start to get posted and come out with like lineups and anything like that, we'll always share it from our accounts so everybody knows. And again, before I close down, if anybody wants to pin anything up in the billboard or post anything in the replies about what you have upcoming, we tried to get some posted while we were in here, but if you have anything else you want to share, please do. But I guess, co hosts, any last words before I wrap it up here?
Just all the love. Thank you so much for sharing your time with us today. I am so excited to be a cheerleader for all the amazing, artists who are going to be featured for this whole month and especially this music festival. So I've got my pom pom ready, guys. Just let me know where to go and when. I'm there for you.
I would just like to extend another bouquet of flowers to Bay. Thank you so much for everything you're doing. Seriously, none of this would be possible without you and all of your organizational skills and just support. So thank you so much. And we will be coming out with uh, our schedule lineup in different time zones, like one for Eastern time, one for Pacific. So if you have a request for a specific time zone, let us know because I know that UTC is just confusing and it's in 24-hour time on most of the banners. So like we made it more confusing somehow. So we're gonna try and make it as most, localized as possible. So hit me up with your time zone and we'll make you a specialized graphic for that time zone. Or please just hit the interested button on the DCL events page. If you have that set up, you can set those to your local time and that will help everybody as long as we all have our event pages in the right time. So yes, hit me up. Happy to answer any questions or do the best we can to keep everybody on the right schedule. That's all for me. Thank you so much. Oh, sorry. One more thing. We do have a true debut happening later today. Metronics is going to hit the stage this evening at 5. Oh, here I just did the whole time zone speech. He's at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. So if you're around, please jump to True at 177. And we also have Dino doing a big set today. So I'll see you in DCO.
Thank you, Shelly, and thank you, Cece. You guys are always the best hosts. Thank you, Bay. Again, you're so talented, and any project you are a part of, I'm always excited for. Thank you to Argent for representing the builders. And thank you to all the music artists, Buffalo, Gucci, Meta DJ, Mr. Sway, anyone else cozy that's in the room. We appreciate you, and everyone who attends. I hope you have the best time. We're going to be, our episode next week will actually be live at the events. Hopefully, Kim from DCL will show up to share a little bit more as well. And we'll continue to share more details as we have it. We really, really appreciate you all joining us every week. We've been doing this for over a year now, and you guys show up every week, and it warms our little hearts. So thank you. If you are wanting to become a sponsor of our Curiosities in the Metaverse, do reach out to us. You can also find where we're at on our Lighthouse if you follow us there as well. But until next week, we'll see you in the Metaverse. Love y'all.
Bye.
Bye.
Ta-ta.
I hope you have the best time. We're going to be, our episode next week will actually be live at the events. Hopefully, Kim from DCL will show up to share a little bit more as well. And we'll continue to share more details as we have it. We really, really appreciate you all joining us every week. We've been doing this for over a year now, and you guys show up every week, and it warms our little hearts. So thank you. If you are wanting to become a sponsor of our Curiosities in the Metaverse, do reach out to us. You can also find where we're at on our Lighthouse if you follow us there as well. But until next week, we'll see you in the Metaverse. Love y'all.
Bye.